What it do, cuckolds? It's your boy, the Hater, up in this piece. And the Hater just left a birthday dinner for his dear friend. And so, therefore, we're here for another episode of Hater on the Road. That's right, the Hater's driving up in this piece. And we're going elsewhere. But the Hater figured it's a day, which means a video must be made. So here we are. This video is on the mid-card status of WWE champions, and more importantly, about the sheer lack of respect of championship titles and, in this particular case, champions, right? Can we get one champion who is not booked like a bitch pussy? You know what I'm saying? I hereby trademark the word bitch pussy. Think about it. On one side of the coin, we've got the cuckster himself, Cookie Rhodes. This guy acts like he's not the champion. The vast majority of storylines that Cookie Rhodes has entered into have nothing to do with him being champion, or they are tangentially related to him being champion. For example, the current storyline with Cookie Owens. The fact that Cody Rhodes is the champion is immaterial. This is your typical revenge storyline. Cookie Rhodes is upset that Cookie Owens hurt his friend Randy Orton. Kevin Owens, by contrast, doesn't give a damn that Cody Rhodes is champion. He just wants to have a match with him for some reason. It's unclear why. Let's compare this to the presentation of the Motor City Machine Guns, which have very recently entered the foray of SmackDown. The Motor City Machine Guns had an opportunity to delay their title aspirations, but didn't. This is smart, kayfabe-wise at least, right? The argument is this: you don't know what tomorrow could bring, so I want my title shot now so I can become champion. And champions they became. Kevin Owens, by contrast, he doesn't seem to care. Cody Rhodes is like, I'll fight you today. A good heel would have goaded the champion into defending his title. Whatever happened to that, by the way? The ability to goad champions into defending their titles in unfair matches. Now it's a lost art. Now you can't goad Cody Rhodes into anything because Cody Rhodes doesn't want to wrestle. The only way you can keep up this new storytelling of Cody Rhodes does not want to wrestle is by having nobody goad him for the title. You see, guys, it is completely a circular reasoning, and it is completely a circular storyline. We have someone who is champion. Nobody wants to be champion, so nobody challenges him. Therefore, he doesn't wrestle and doesn't feel the need to wrestle and doesn't feel the need to defend his title. Think about it this way. Every storyline in the last few months has been predicated on something else. Cody and Gunther are wrestling because one of them wants to be the ultimate champion. This is championship adjacent, meaning that it doesn't matter that Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion and Gunther is the world heavyweight champion. Nobody cares about that at all. The only thing that matters is who's going to win the crown stool belt, which has yet to be seen ever again. Thankfully, that is. Now think about this. While Cody Rhodes is doing this and having a feud with the bloodline with Roman Reigns and having a personal feud with Kevin Owens, where is the hierarchy? Where is the respect for the world title? Shouldn't there be at least one disgruntled person who says, hold on a second, what about me? I want to be the champion. Nobody says this to Cody. Gunther is no different. Gunther is being presented as a bitch pussy because Gunther himself is afraid of his challenger. Now, the cowardly heel dynamic is a well-established dynamic. But even the cowardly heel has no problem wrestling the face. He will show up and he will wrestle them and he won't be insecure. The cowardly heel will instead successfully ambush the face and defeat him one way or another, or get the upper hand on him, right? Because he is a cowardly heel. Cowardly heel, champion that is, he's not going to get his ass whooped left and right. Furthermore, the cowardly heel champion only works if the cowardly heel champion also is a badass in other contexts. For example, JBL played one of the best, if not the best, cowardly heel champions. However, periodically on SmackDown, first of all, he would wrestle like every week, and he would wrestle people like Nunzio or fucking Shannon Moore, right? And he would destroy them. And the whole point was, okay, he's a cowardly champion, but he's still wrestling, and he's beating up the little guys. The little guys, cuckolds. Have Gunther beat the little guys and be afraid of Damian Priest. The problem with this is, why would anyone be afraid of Damian Priest, who up until recently was in a group called Judgment Day, where he was getting his ass beat by like everybody? You know what I mean? So think about all that for a second up in this mug. So we've established in this video that the champions have no respect. No respect is given to the champions. Cucky Owens now dictates when Cody Rhodes wrestles. And conveniently, looky, milk and cookie, he has decided that he doesn't want to wrestle the Codester until it's time to do so. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't want Cody Rhodes to wrestle. Kevin Owens should say, let's wrestle now so I can beat your ass and become champion. And then if that fails, he can quickly inject himself into being next and getting another opportunity. The idea that everybody is willing to just wait for their opportunity makes no sense, because the implications are that the entire roster of SmackDown, and arguably of Raw because the brand split is meaningless, the entire roster doesn't give a flying fuck. The entire roster is content with waiting for Kevin Owens to get his turn, so that then they one day may get a turn. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that? Why doesn't somebody come out and say, okay, if Cucky Owens and Cucky Rhodes aren't going to wrestle tonight, I want a title shot tonight. Cody Rhodes is willing to fight, I want a title shot. Now imagine if someone did that. Cucky Rhodes would be forced to give him a title shot, or look like a complete bitch pussy. Think about it. Cucky Rhodes would what would he say? He would be like, oh, well, I only want to wrestle Kevin Owens. I don't care about you, I only want to wrestle Kevin Owens. No, he's supposed to be a fighting champion. But that's the other side of the problem. The challenger is just as important as the champion. The challenger is what makes the world go round. Clearly, as we've seen with Cucky Rhodes, Gunther, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar, which are the only four, and think about what I just said. I just put Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns there, and just compared them to Gunther and Cody Rhodes, the two workhorses, who have like a combined 10 matches since WrestleMania. Now, with that being said, Cucks, think about it this way. Obviously, every wrestler ever, if they could, just like in UFC, would want to be champion forever if they could. Now, this is actually feasible, because wrestlers don't wrestle anymore. So think about this. Imagine if when Triple H was champion for like the second time, because that first title run was whatever. It was only after he beat Big Show that he started his like real title run that solidified him as like a true main eventer and led him to main eventing WrestleMania, right? Now, imagine Triple H, who played a version of the cowardly heel. He was more like the cerebral cowardly heel, but a cowardly heel nevertheless. Now, imagine if Triple H said, I don't want to wrestle, right? Whoa. The Rock would come out immediately and say, Triple H, if you can find those little itty-bitty things that you call balls, The Rock is challenging you to a match tonight. And then as a compromise, Vince McMahon would come out and say, Rock, we're not going to get this match for free because quite frankly, the people here don't deserve it, right? And then everyone would boo. And then The Rock, as the face challenger, would say, they do deserve it, blah, 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 but I guess I'll settle for a match at the next pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying? Nowadays, the challenger is missing. The challenger doesn't go. Nobody challenges Gunther. Nobody challenges Cucky Rhodes. How is it that while Gunther was doing, okay, fine, the Saudi Arabia thing, we can ignore that one because that's a special circumstance. But how is it that nobody during this time didn't like show up to Gunther and say, hey, Gunther, while you wait for Cucky Rhodes at Saudi Arabia, I would like to wrestle your bitch ass. You know what I mean? I would like to have a match with you for the world title so I could go wrestle with Cucky Rhodes. The only person that did that was Sami Zayn, and Gunther also told him no. And at this point, this wasn't even presented as a big deal. Like, you're saying no to a challenger? I get it. Who the hell is Sami Zayn? But maybe, just maybe, that's when fucking Adam Pearce should come out and say, hold on a second, Doesn't have to be Sami Zayn, but you will defend your title tonight. You have to think about it like this. In kayfabe, we have Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce. They're each, in kayfabe, trying to put on the best show. Well then, if that's the case, then why don't they do that? Why doesn't one try to one-up the other? Nick Aldis should say like, okay, well, nobody defends the title on Raw, so we're going to defend it here all the time. This is the whole point of competition. But neither of these guys wants to actually put on a good show. Nobody wants to entertain you, motherfucks. That's the message of this video. Not one person has any desire to entertain your bitch asses because this entire company and its champions are presented as a bunch of hashtag bitch pussies. You understand me? Get it.